Genesis chapter 44 conclusion, second part of the conclusion. Some chapters there's a lot to learn. Okay, I just feel that I still want to speak about driving. Thinking as well as about this, but driving back to Bangkok. But to speak about this whole idea of divination and Joseph using the cup. So in this chapter we get this idea of the cup being used as divination. That was their culture, so that the cup, and then they would use that cup and the water, it's like the tea leaves kind of idea, the same kind of concept of using it. And in this chapter, therefore, it seems as if Joseph is alluding to the fact that he used this cup for that. When Joseph said that, Judah's answer to that was, "Oh, you saw it in the cup." No, his answer wasn't that. His answer was, "God found us out." So he clearly immediately pointed the finger to God, that God is what they did. So therefore, this is happening to them, not because of a cup and Joseph divining it in a cup, but because of God. Now then you can ask, so did Joseph change in the interim time or something like that, and he became like the Egyptians? No, he did not. There's absolutely no proof of that. There would have been some mention of it somewhere in the chapters if that happened. It's nowhere mentioned. It doesn't matter the fact that he got married to a daughter of the priest of On. That doesn't matter at all. Before in the prison, he said clearly to the wine dresser and the baker that after their dream, that God is the one who gives answers to dreams. When Pharaoh had his dream, and implying that man can as well. Pharaoh looked at the wise men and his people, and no one, and the diviners, no one could give him an answer. And Joseph said, no, it's not those people giving, God is the one giving answers. So in other words, this is as well part of the test. Are they going to say, oh yeah, you saw it in there and therefore? No, they clearly, unlike before, clearly now God, it's because of God. Not because of God. God found out, and we are being, that we're disciplined. I don't want to use punish, disciplined. Maybe they would have seen as punishment, but deserved punishment for their wrongdoing. We as Christians often as well want to know, and I've spoken about this before as well, want to know our future. And we turn to all kinds of different ways. Some Christians, lo and behold, do horoscopes. Other Christians do closing our eyes, say the Bible's full open, those still have paper Bibles open, and then push down, Christian roulette, as I like to call it. Others used to just sit and ask their pastors, ask other people. I mean, they're all over people they trust and then these people are supposed to give them answers, and whatever is now, this is now their answer to the question what they're supposed to do and what not supposed to do. It's like divining the future. What's God's will? I'm not now going to go into the whole concept of what's God's will and how do you know God's will, because that's a whole another topic for a different day. I shouldn't have the strength for that because it's a long story. Driving here in Thailand, trust me, outside the cities, in the cities it's quite okay. It's just traffic jams in Bangkok, that is. But outside the cities, man, it's a nightmare. The way people drive here, that's their culture. I can't change that. It's a lot easier driving in Malaysia than here outside on the highways. So it's nerve-wracking. I'm tired. I'm not going to therefore speak about it. But what I do just want to make a mention of or highlight is the fact that, like the song, listening to the star, thank my lucky stars. The stars don't know your future. They're just stars. The horoscopes can't foretell your future. It's not about luck ultimately, right? How do you know God's will? Is it right in playing Christian roulette? Finger, and then whatever you need to do, go do fast, and then do it again, and then go and hang yourself kind of idea. That good joke. I'm not telling now it's a joke because I don't have the strength to tell jokes now. Or is it reading your horoscopes? Or is it asking your pastor? Or is it? There's nothing wrong with asking someone for advice, okay? But are you asking someone for advice? So is that person now your horoscope? In other words, is that person your Christian roulette? Where's your trust line? Do you ask God for answers, or you're always looking outside? In other words, is it correct for us as Christians to look at all these other ways? I would say, yes, advice you can always ask for. You always need to ask for advice. But what is your motivation? On whom do you depend? Do you depend on those people? Or is it just advice, or do you depend on those people? If you depend on those people, then it's wrong. It's asking for advice and then using that advice as a Christian, having the Holy Spirit and then discerning. That's a different question. But you know your motivations. Joseph was not implying that this, oh man, he only saw it in this cup. Because clearly before he said, no, it's not about the cup. It's about God. It's not about himself, it's about God. The brothers clearly, Moses clearly is telling us and showing us it's God, not others, not horoscopes, not Christian, not any of these things, God and God alone. So yes, there's no need for you to get a piece of cloth being blessed by Benny Hinn or someone like that. Then you're exactly doing the same as atheists would do, or other people believing in horoscopes. There's no difference between you and them, absolutely none. And both of you are not saved. It is, you need to look to God for answers. To other people, yes, for advice, but ultimately to God for answers. God might give you an answer, God might not give you an answer. Okay? If God doesn't give you an answer, you do the right thing. That's simple. You always do the right thing. If God doesn't answer you immediately, you go on because God is carrying you. And you just do the right thing. Okay, that's all. That's so simple, in actual fact. So don't trust all this other stuff. Don't put your trust in them. Always keep your trust in God. In God and God alone.